We're here on the Chuck Vance Radio Podcast, and I always like to keep it puro. This week, we are talking to someone local here to San Antonio, Carlos Gonzalez of Doomsday Tattoo here in San Antonio. Carlos, welcome to the show, man.
Hi.
So let's dive right into it. What got you into tattooing?
I would like to say the art. The art has was a big part of it. Just putting art on people that's going to be on them forever until they die, even after they're dead.
And we are actually, this is what is very fun about this interview today, is Carlos is actually tattooing me at the shop right now as we do the interview. What was that moment in your life that you decided you wanted to do tattoos?
When I picked up my first tattoo artist magazine when I was 15 or 16 years old, and I was like, man, I think I want to do that. I quit wanting to be a doctor at that moment. I wanted to tattoo for the rest of my life.
You actually wanted to be a doctor?
Hell no. What's wrong with you? My mom did not want to have any part of that.
So what is a typical day here at the shop for you like?
I roll in depending on my hours. Some days I work 12 to 6. Some days I work 6 to midnight. I usually roll in. If I have an appointment, I'll get set up, work, finish up the drawing if I haven't finished it. If I don't have anything, I'll just kick it and just draw, whatever. Just always have to just keep drawing. Can get stale.
To make your craft better.
Yeah. I think everybody, even if you don't know how to draw, I think everybody should give it a shot. It's pretty fun.
Okay, here's one of those kind of curveball dateline questions you were talking about earlier. What do you think of the tattoo scene here in San Antonio?
It's cool. I like it. It's a lot of people, a lot of shops, but I know a lot of the artists, and they're really cool. Some people say it's oversaturated, but at least all the shops that are here are really good artists. There's a lot of really good artists here in town now, so it's pretty cool.
And kind of a follow-up to that, what do you think of the tattoo shows that go on here in San Antonio? The hard-hitting questions, I know.
There's one cool in the Alamo City Tattoo Convention. That one's a cool one. Other than that, I don't really mess around with them. I haven't really done a convention in a couple of years. I was doing them for a while. I was doing conventions like long ago before it became hip to do conventions. So, yeah, I really don't do them.
And kind of a third follow-up to it, what do you think of the tattoo reality shows that are becoming more and more prevalent on TV?
No idea. I don't watch them at all. Never seen any of them. I think those shows kind of killed the industry. I think after those shows, everybody and their mother wanted to start tattooing.
But weren't very good at it.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm gonna buy a machine. I want to tattoo out of my kitchen. That's what they're called, kitchen wizards.
Oh, so those are the guys where you can get a crappy Tweety Bird tattoo and a Hot Pocket at the same time.
Same time, they'll be tattooing you. Hey, you want a Hot Pocket or a Tostino's $5 pizza?
So there's several different types and styles of tattoos. Would you say you have a specific style?
I really love the West Coast style.
For those that may not know what the West Coast style is, what is West Coast style tattooing?
It's more like a neo-traditional compared to, a lot of the artists here, they do, it's traditional, Japanese traditional, straight up traditional. I like to put more detail in all my work. Don't get me wrong, that stuff is awesome too, and I'll do it every so often, but it's not my favorite. Yeah, it's just more detail in the work. I'll use up to like regular traditional. You'll use just a big fat liner, do an outline, all one line, the same lines. And when I do a tattoo, sometimes I'll use up to three machines, 4 liners, just to add different thicknesses, and just makes it look cooler.
So on the piece that you're doing on me right now, what are you using right now?
This is just solid black, so I'm just using a straight 9-round liner, coloring it in as I'm going.
And here in San Antonio, what seems to be popular tattoos these days? Is it Tasmanian Devil, Spurs logos? What would you say a lot of people are coming in to get?
Traditional.
Traditional.
Everybody here loves traditional tattoos. Which is cool.
Would that be some of the designs we see on some of the hipsters in Southtown?
Oh, yeah, of course.
What do you think of hipsters?
Wow, hipsters are awesome.
Well, you don't have to worry. I don't think any hipsters listen to my show, so you can
Okay,
you can say as much shit as you want.
They, I mean, I know some hipsters are cool. And, I know 2 of them. I'm friends with 2 hipsters.
Were they hipster before? Were they hipster before it was cool, or were they the converts?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Were they OG hipsters, before it became really cool to be a hipster?
No, because all of my old friends were never fucking like that. All these little fucking hipsters came out of nowhere.
From Austin, per se?
No, hell no. San Antonio's not cool enough for Austin hipsters. They can stay the fuck up there.
What would you say the worst tattoo somebody has asked you to put on them?
I had this one lesbian girl, and I knew she was a lesbian. And it's whatever. I'm not talking down about, I love all people, but she came in and wanted a pair of nuts tattooed on her. And I was like, all right, cool.
Where might have she wanted these nuts tattooed?
Right above her panty line, I guess you would say. But she was wearing boxers. So right above her boxer line.
Try not to laugh because I don't want you to mess up on the tattoo of that. I guess that would almost kind of qualify with the next one. What would have been the most bizarre tattoo?
Yeah, that's the same motherfucker right there. Oh, and I did a Wrangler, the Wrangler seal on this cowboy's ass, right where it should be, on the pants, but I did it on his ass cheek.
Did he bring the pants for a point of reference of how high up it should be?
Yes, he did. And it's true, man. Cowboy butts drive me nuts.
You've always done amazing work on me, so if anybody out there that's listening to my show wants to get some work done, how can they find you online, social media, etc.?
On Instagram, Carlos G Tattoos, and Facebook, Carlos Gonzalez.
With an S or a Z?
A Z.
No G. Sometimes we have to clarify that.
Just look for the Baphomet.
Well, on that, I usually ask the local people I do interviews with, what are your thoughts on Spurs Jesus?
Well, that dude can fucking eat a dick. I just heard so many bad things about that dude. Rips people off. I mean, come on, man, be cool. You don't have to fucking rip people off.
And plus, too, with the very religious aspect that San Antonio does have, to basically portray himself as a false god, if you will, and to have people like him, I think that's a pretty shitty thing to do. What do you think?
I don't know. I really don't care for Jesus. So that means I really don't give a fuck about Spurs Jesus.
If you don't care about regular Jesus, you really don't give a shit about Spurs Jesus.
At all. I actually saw him at a Spurs game one time. I was at a Spurs game, and he tried to give me a high five, and I was like, "Don't fucking touch me, dude! Get out of here!"
Did he do the sign of the cross or try to bless you after that when you denied his high five? Did he try to sell you a candle or a hat?
I don't think he had any of that on him, but I'm pretty sure he had it in the trunk of his car afterwards. Trying to sell shit out of the parking lot.
Was he trying to go hang out at the friendly spot, selling his bootleg T-shirts and sunglasses and whatnot?
With all the other hipsters. He should be hipster for Spurs Jesus. I heard that's a wig. That's not even his real hair.
Oh yeah, it's a complete wig. It's not even his real hair.
Really? Yeah. Oh, fuck that.
Well, you know, since the area, South Texas here, got hit by Hurricane Harvey, and you're such a fan of the religious folk, what do you think of Joel Osteen?
He's a dipshit, man. He's a tool. Like, I mean, I really don't care for religion, but that dude makes so much fucking money. I mean, come on, dude. Let those fucking people that got fucked up, let them kick it in your $100,000 seat church, or however the fuck many seats are there. 70,000 maybe? I don't know. Whatever, he's a tool. All of them are tools. Especially that guy here. What's his name? Yeah, he's a bigger tool. You didn't hear anything about him sending relief over there?
You know what? I haven't. I wonder if that might be something for me to put out on Twitter to see if he's actually doing anything. Kind of research that.
Man, that means he's gonna have to dip into his billions of dollars to help people.
For his church out there in Stone Oak. So what favorite music do you really like listening to when you're tattooing?
I love death metal. Crazy death metal. The louder the better. And it's crazy. I've been listening to metal since I was fucking 12, 13. I still wear all black shirts. I'm part of the black shirt crew. If you haven't heard of it, look it up.
Google it, people. Well, my man, it has been great sitting down, or should I say I'm lying down here on the table getting tattooed by you for this interview. You can go see Carlos Doomsday Tattoo on San Pedro. Google Maps it, because I'm not going to give you the exact address. That's too much work for me to do. You can also hit him up on his social media. Get some badass work done, people. Yeah. Carlos, thank you again for being on the show. Any last words for the people out there?
Be cool. Always be cool.
Always be cool.